Oi, é uma quarta-feira. Today isn't even Wednesday, today is Thursday. Off to another gig, fellas. Yesterday we had 2 gigs. Not gonna lie. First one, bomb expert, okay. Had to bomb a little, you know, get the mood down for the other people, for the other comics that were gonna follow me. You know what I mean? Some for the culture, you know. But yeah, I decided to just pick up on the topics that we were speaking here when I was in the podcast. And when I was doing the podcast, I was like, this isn't sounding very funny, like, you know. So I was like, this is probably not gonna fucking work. But I went on stage and I said, fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway. Fuck it. Because I think going on stage and bombing seems to be important as well. Like literally being comfortable with being on stage, bombing, and just looking at the audience straight in the face and being like, okay, you guys don't like that? You guys don't like that. Part of me thought it was funny at the beginning, but as soon as you go on stage and you tell those people the jokes and the jokes stink, I'm like, fair enough. You guys rule, so you guys are the ones who rule, you guys are the ones who make the rules, so gotta respect that, you know? Anyway, spent a portion of my afternoon grinding out a joke, especially last night when I came back home from and then I went to Bone Free and I did the bunk bed bit there. Sort of worked. I feel like there's something in the bunk bed bit, you know. I genuinely think it's funny, the concept of a grown-ass man like me sleeping in a bunk bed, you know. Anyway, but yeah, it sort of worked. The gig in general went way better than the Chafarix one. I bombed, not completely, but whatever. Off to another gig. It's another space that I think Guy Sancho is the one who's hosting this and who organized this. Excited. Only pet peeve that I have is that it's in Bairro Alto, which and it's at 8:30, so like a gig in Bairro Alto at 8:30, like, you know. But a gig's a gig, I can't complain. I'll never complain about a gig's location, a gig's time. I'ma be there, it doesn't matter, okay? That's my mantra, that's my vision, that's what I'm doing, that's the grind. But yeah, off to another gig. I have spent a lot of time today and yesterday, especially late at night, trying to write more about the Wi-Fi bit. And the Wi-Fi bit is as follows. I basically tell people that wireless fidelity, Wi-Fi means wireless fidelity, which is just a fancy term for long distance relationships, right? Fidelity. And I was in a Wi-Fi relationship for a while, right? Holy shit, this guy is flying. I was in a Wi-Fi relationship for a while until, but we did have our like connection problems, right? I was more of a home router and she was more of a public hotspot. This is one of the adjustments that I did, okay? This is one of the key adjustments that I did to the bit, this beginning of like not just straight up saying, oh, but she was a public hotspot, right? I think this will work a bit better. We'll have to see. Then I also added, what did I also add? Oh, I added that, oddly enough, she genuinely didn't have like Wi-Fi, like a router at home, which oddly enough, which was super weird because the internet guy was always around. But yeah, luckily I didn't get any viruses, you know, because my mom always told me to wear a VPN. Yeah, I don't love this VPN joke. It works. I don't love it. You know why I don't love it? Because I don't the cadence and the rhythm that I have when saying it, like the way that I say it, it's very telegraphed. I've noticed that I do my best work, and I'm more funny, I'm funnier when I'm being conversational. And the VPN portion, at least of the bit, is very, you know, it's very like, my mom always told me to wear a VPN. I sound like a guy who's doing like an ad read, you know, those guys in television. That pisses me off, okay? That pisses me off. I haven't found a way to like do it properly, I guess, like of making it conversational. I don't think I can rush to the punchline. I don't think I can just, but yeah, luckily I didn't get any viruses because my mom always told me to wear a VPN. This is way too quick. You know, I think this is way too quick. I think this needs the pause. This needs the, luckily I didn't get any viruses because my mom always told me to wear a VPN. This is probably better. It sounds better to me. It might not on stage for people, but I don't like the whole, yeah, because my mom always told me to wear a VPN. I don't like this, okay? Anyway, so I say that VPN thingy, and then I jump into another portion of the bit that I wrote yesterday, which is the I don't know the bit by heart. I have it on my notebook. I'm just gonna go with my notebook on stage today. I genuinely couldn't be bothered to like. Give me a second, fellas. There's a red light right ahead. Relax, fellas, relax. What does it say? It says, wait, I don't have, oh, okay. I was right. So eventually the Wi-Fi relationship ended, right? And after that I was lagging for a while. I had a bunch of lags. When I say lagging, I had anxiety, okay? I was filled with anxiety. And I'm gonna be honest, fellas, I don't speak much about my anxiety. I don't like to talk much about it. I'd rather like ignore it, right? I sort of like handle, the way that I deal with my anxiety is the same way that I deal with crackheads, right? I ignore until they go away, you know what I mean? Or I ignore until it fades away. I think I ignore until it goes away sounds better, right? So I ignore until it goes away, right? And now I forgot completely what I had to say. Let me put on the autopilot thingy. I ignore until it goes away. If it doesn't go away, I'm missing this tag. Like after the, if it doesn't go away, I'm missing this next thingy. I'm thinking of saying I ignore harder, but that's not funny. Like that's the first thing that came to mind. The thing in comedy that I've noticed is the first thing that comes to mind rarely is the funny thing. It could be funny, but it's not the funny thing, right? So if it doesn't go away, I'm thinking about, I could say something like, oh, I just throw money at it and it leaves me alone. A therapist. That could also, I could try that. But I don't know if that's as funny as I'm thinking it is. You know what I mean? Like, if it doesn't, I just throw money at it. Because at this point, I'm scared people might have forgotten that I'm making the comparison between crackheads and anxiety, right? So if I say if it doesn't go away, I just throw money. I just give him money, and it usually leaves me. A therapist. Usually I could say usually I just give it money. And it usually I just give it money and it goes away, or it helps me, or usually I just give it money and it fixes my problems. A therapist, because I don't think people are going to be thinking that now that I'm making the analogy. This could work actually. I'll try it. After that, what do I say? I say that I've ignored, like, I'm so good at ignoring my thoughts that sometimes I start wondering if there isn't like a new whole personality just brewing back here. Like, I've ignored crackheads so hard. Like, I've ignored like crackheads so hard that I think they start thinking they don't exist, right? I didn't say that properly. They start wondering if they, yeah, this is way better written. Like, Jesus. I have ignored crackheads so hard, they start wondering if they exist. That's much better, you know? But that's definitely not the way that it's gonna come out on stage. No fucking way, Jose. It never comes out on stage as it's written. I've noticed that. It's kind of funny. Then I jump into this whole portion of unfortunately, I did develop like this ventricular arrhythmia in my heart, which is like because of my anxiety. It's basically like when your heart isn't like the electrical current in the heart isn't working properly. So a good healthy heart will work like this. It'll do something like boom, boom, boom. My heart will sometimes do things like boom, 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 boom. So something like that, you know. And the doctor says the cause of this can be like a million random things. I don't think it's a million things. I think it's just the other personality in my brain needed an extra beat. I don't think this is funny at all, like this. But I think there's something funny on saying that the arrhythmia, like the extra beat that I have, right, is like another person here asking for another beat. I think there's something funny there. Probably not. I don't know. I think there's something funny-ish somewhere there, but fuck, I just dropped a notebook. Man, Jesus Christ, this is one hell of a ride. But yeah, I don't have anything else written down here. But yeah, then I say stupid things like, I start saying like, oh, like, I don't know, like, I'm gonna keep it a bucket, fellas. I could never cheat on somebody. I could never cheat on somebody. I can only cheat on like institutions, like school, like the church. Like you'll take me to a confessionary or like those places where people confess to priests. I'll go there and I'll make a tomfoolery out of the situation. I'll say some stupid shit there just to tease the priest, you know. But yeah, I don't have it in me to cheat on somebody. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so loyal. Like, for example, I have this friend of mine, like, we met in college, and he's like the complete opposite of me. We once had this like class that we were taking, right, this subject, and we had this exam that we were not prepared at all for it. And this guy decided that he would rather not copy and not cheat on the exam. He would rather fail and not copy and just fail with honor on the exam, right? Than to like just pass the subject, pass the exam just by copying, just by cheating on the exam. You know what I mean? Bye, bro. And the funny thing here is that I've seen this guy cheat on his girlfriend like 2 or 3 times. Like, where's the honor on not cheating on an exam, but cheating on your girlfriend? Like, what is up with that? Like, where did all the honor go to? Like, did the honor just go into someone else's mouth? Right? Someone else's fucking pussy. Someone else's pussy is filled with your honor, brother. I'm sure of that. But like, I could never cheat on somebody. Like, I could never cheat on my girlfriend, you know? Like, I'm so loyal. I don't even cheat during wet dreams. I don't even cheat during. Oompa, oompa, loompa. I don't even cheat on wet dreams. I don't even cheat during wet dreams. That's how loyal I am, fellas. That's how loyalty. Wait, what the fuck is happening here? That's how loyalty is working for me, fellas. I don't even cheat during wet dreams. Not even during wet dreams. I'm fucking sleeping. I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming, fellas. I have the woman of my dreams right in front of me. Butt naked. Butt fucking naked. Okay? And I look at her and I tell her, do you have a VPN? I don't know if this is gonna work, this little callback, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited to see if it works or not. But this is the bit that I'm currently trying to grind out. The bunk beds, and the, help me out, fellas, and the Madrid bit. But I sort of took a step back from the Madrid bit, gave it a couple of shots. I spent a couple of hours in the lab. Nothing that I felt like it was exciting or that I really wanted to try came to mind. So I sort of just put it on the side. Let's leave it on the side for a little. And eventually, like, I'll develop new tools. I'll develop new ways of like working out bits, of thinking of things, etc. And like, eventually, I'm hoping that I can just look at the bit and like immediately something funny will come to mind. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. But yeah, I'm excited to try this new thing, because this Wi-Fi bit for the longest was just this small little thing, like almost like this small little one-liner-ish. Schnitzel. Ugh, bro, these roads nowadays are so fucking stupid, man. Lisbon, bro, fucking good old Lisbon. Just the amount of like fucking buffoonery that goes on in Lisbon is unbelievable. Like, can you guys let me go first, please? Obrigado. Thank you, fellas. The amount of buffoonery that goes on in Lisbon, like, oh my fucking God, with construction, with like stupid things that they're doing on the road, with just fucking stupid things. Like, I'm like off-road right now, guys. I'm literally off-road. I have to be off-road because of construction. Do you think that makes any sort of sense? It doesn't. Okay, it fucking doesn't. It pisses me off. It's fucking triggering. My car I need a new suspension on the car. The way this fucking calçada portuguesa, which is the Portuguese road, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I'm triggered by it. Okay, I'm fucking. Anyways, we're off-road. You know what I found funny as well? That I was like doing a bit of research. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I think ChatGPT as a tool to write comedy, as a tool to, for example, me not being like my first language not being English, and I like, for example, I'm writing a bit about the ocean, and I'm missing words. I'm thinking about words and nothing's coming to mind. Like, I'll literally just open up ChatGPT and I'll be like, words about the ocean. I don't give a fuck. If you think that makes me less of a comedian, if you think that makes me less of like a writer or less of a, I don't know, artist, whatever, that's so corny to say. If you think that makes anyone less of anything because they're using, brother, you have to go. You have to go. If you think that makes anyone less of anything, if you're opening up ChatGPT and you're asking for a joke about the ocean, okay, yeah, you're cutting corners. But like ChatGPT as a tool to like get like synonyms for words, to get like expressions. Like, one of my favorite things to do now is like straight up opening up ChatGPT and just typing in, give me English expressions, like give me random expressions, and I'll write a bit about that expression. Like just a random thing. Like, you know, for example, today I noticed like it gave me a bunch of like, I asked him for something that I'll ask ChatGPT sometimes is like, give me like expressions like I'll be like cheesy with it. I'll be cheeky with it. I'll ask him for like, give me expressions that don't make sense in English, in the way that, for example, like, for example, civil war, right? Civil war makes no sense, guys. Civil war literally is like, I can't right now, doing the podcast. What? Like, for example, civil war makes no sense. There's nothing civil about war. This is because I had like this expression that I saw the expression pretty ugly the other day. And I was like, pretty ugly? Brother, is it pretty or is it ugly? And I was like, oh, I could just fucking ask ChatGPT for like a bunch of like expressions like pretty ugly and just do jokes about those, right? If you're asking ChatGPT, do jokes about pretty ugly or do jokes about, yeah, I don't think that's anything, right? But if you're just asking him, like, even like as a tool for sources of like ideas, I think it's a great tool. Like ideas, it kind of depends, right? I think ChatGPT isn't the greatest tool for like ideas, but I think it's a great tool to like. I think it really helps me like sharpen up certain jokes and like making jokes better, because I can ask him for like words. I can ask him like, give me more words about the ocean. Like give me, for example, this Wi-Fi bit. When I'm looking at the bit, I literally have ChatGPT on my left monitor and I just ask him, give me like 1,000 words related to Wi-Fi, related to the internet, related to that sort of thing. And I'll literally be looking at it, right? And I'm just looking for inspiration sometimes. You know, sometimes I'll even see that sometimes I'll even just, I'm writing something and I'm like, and I'll look at the monitor and I'll see a bunch of words. I'm like, oh, this just fits really well here, right? Instead of having to actively think about them. I know you could make the argument that makes me less of like a writer, a thinker, whatever. I don't agree. I don't think ChatGPT, I don't think AI has to be looked in that way in all of the aspects of it. It's a tool, right? It's like Google. It's like if you were Googling something. I think AI just gives you more tools and more information. It gives you more of the information that you actually want, instead of Google, how it used to be, in which it would have just given you like a bunch of random information that you had no idea. Like, why is this even showing up? Why is this even being shown to me? This is not what I'm asking. That's just my take on it. I am anti like pulling up into ChatGPT and be like, okay, do this joke. No, I'm not doing that. I don't think that's. For example, the medicine joke that I have, she's killing it. I was writing a bunch of jokes with ChatGPT last night with it because of that. Like, this joke is pretty like easy. It's a pretty easy joke to do, right? So I just ask him, give me a bunch of jobs, professions. And then I'm looking at the jobs and I'm like, okay, like I'm just gonna give you the most basic one, firefighter. Oh, my brother is a firefighter now. And since he started working, he's had to put out 6, there's been 6 incidents since he started working. Yeah, guys, he's been on fire. That's not a hard joke to do. You know what I mean? Like if you use ChatGPT, this is a terrible joke, by the way. I'm just saying this like off the top of my head. But I think you guys get what I'm trying to say with these jokes, that you can make a lot of jokes and you can like really start to understand jokes way easier and faster if you start looking at jokes from another perspective with AI. I think I'm justifying myself. I think this is a good topic to have a discussion about, like, what is your guys' take on using AI to write jokes? I don't agree. I don't like to write jokes with AI. I don't like to ask him to do jokes, to do jokes. I do personally like to ask him for certain things. Like, for example, let's say I'm writing a joke about the ocean. I'll literally just ask him, give me a bunch of words, expressions, and etc. about the ocean, and that will sometimes give me inspiration to find the punchline, to find something funny, to find something that fits the bit better than what I was writing. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. I'm totally okay with that, and I totally think that's a great thing to do. What I don't think is good to do is like just ChatGPT. My act needs a joke about this. Do this. I don't think that's a good thing, and I disagree with that. Besides that, I think if you're using ChatGPT as a tool, again, as a tool to do jokes, I think it's great. Like, to ask him for words, to ask him for whatever. Oh, fuck. I think ChatGPT as a tool is, ChatGPT, AI in general, whatever, is amazing as a tool to help you to facilitate a bunch of things. To actually do a joke, I don't, because I've asked him to do jokes, it's terrible. Like, it's not good at all. Does this guy have to go up here? Jesus. Again, parking lots in Lisbon, another great DD activity. Jesus fucking Christ. Fucking hate this parking lot, man. I don't know why I came into this one. Parking lots in Lisbon. The amount of maneuvers that I'm gonna have to do. No, you're good. I can quite literally see that you are good. Relax. Bro, I'm just praying that please please show me the fucking money, please. Like, tell me there's a fucking spot here on the first floor, because I don't want to go down more floors, man. Please, I beg you, brother. Of course, there are no fucking... Oh, this guy just left. Oh my fucking God. Is this guy the goat? Is this guy the goat? Is this guy the fucking goat? Is this brother the goat? This brother's the fucking goat. Oh my God, this guy just left. And I have a free fucking entrance into this bad boy. Look at this. Look at this, fellas. Oh my goodness gracious. This is amazing. Woohoo! Let's fucking go. We are in. Let's go home, fellas. Let's go home. Guys, thank you so much. This was a pleasure. Shalom, salam alaikum, savat, namaste, goodbye, adeus, ciao, tschüss, peace. Bye. Goodbye, ciao.